Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Exploring DC, the big Superman 2025 episode that we have been building to for months. I am your host, Josh. With me, as always, are my lovely co hosts, Jalen and Jackson. Boys, it's time to look up.
It's time to look up.
It is time to look up. I'm so excited. Oh my god.
We
I've never
have
been more excited for an episode.
the
This is
last
the
piece.
big one.
The last piece of new content we did was our very first episode when we covered Creature Commandos.
That's true.
And it has been, like 6 months now.
Yeah.
And we're finally back. Hopefully next year we'll have a more consistent stream of new stuff to cover.
For sure.
But how are you guys doing relatively?
Dude, I'm good. How about you?
I'm good. Just summer's been long, job search is going, but we're
It's
up.
time to get your money up.
Yeah. I need that Superman Clark Kent Daily Planet bag. I don't know. Do you think he's getting paid well in this era of journalism?
Who, Clark?
Yeah.
No. But he has like a nice...
He's got a nice apartment.
Yeah.
In essentially New York. So,
Yeah.
I mean, he's doing all right. Jalen, how about yourself?
I'm doing really good, man. I am so excited. Like I keep saying, this is the episode that I've been looking forward to since we started this podcast. And I think I'm very interested going into this to see what both of your thoughts are intricately, because I think my thoughts have shifted on some things. My thoughts have stayed the same on some things the longer that I've thought about it. So I'm excited to get into it.
Good. Let's dive in. Superman, a journalist in Metropolis, embarks on a journey to reconcile his Kryptonian heritage with his human upbringing as Clark Kent. Directed here and written here by James Gunn.
Big Jim.
Big Jim. We are familiar with Jim's filmography.
Yeah, I don't think we need to give Jim an introduction here.
Suicide Squad. I think we talked about James Gunn in the Creature Commandos episode a bit. If we're fans,
this is a man who needs no introduction.
Yeah, and we all have a lot of ranging opinions, but I mean, the guy knows his stuff relatively. You can't deny it.
Yes, he knows how to make a movie.
He knows how to make a movie. Composer here. This is so interesting. Jackson.
I have things to say about this because I find it utterly fascinating.
We always talk about composers just for you. John Murphy did the Suicide Squad and Guardians Fury.
Who else? Who else is there, Josh?
But now,
the bulk of it
in a
the bulk of it
in a Joss Whedon style takeover, David Fleming has become basically the new composer for this one, and he doesn't have a lot of big credits to his name.
But do you know who David Fleming is?
No, enlighten me.
Do you know where he comes from?
The Hans Zimmer sweatshop.
He comes from Remote Control Productions, which is Hans Zimmer's little sweatshop.
Yeah.
Indeed, I find this fascinating.
Yeah.
His biggest thing that what most people will probably know him from is The Last of Us, the TV show.
Oh, he did music for that? I thought that was just Gustavo.
No. There's always a second composer on Last of Us projects.
Okay.
And in this case, it was him.
He does good work then on The Last of Us in terms of composing.
Yeah, I mean, like a lot of the action beats, a lot of like the more energetic, loud stuff is him.
Yeah, I'm curious what happened here, because John Murphy did the big theme that's a part of the marketing, which is essentially just a remix of the Williams score. So Fleming brought in a lot of these new tracks.
Well, and what I find particularly, and I'm sorry we're kind of completely going off track while you're reading credits, but with John Murphy, Gunn likes to record a lot of his score before the film is even, before cameras are even rolling. So there is probably an entire movie's worth of score that is just never going to be heard by anybody.
You don't think they'll ever release it?
No, I don't think they will.
That sucks. Even if it's not great.
I'm about to say, it's probably not good.
Yeah. Interesting. Anyways, last thing here, cast, super stacked. David Cornswell as Superman, Rachel Brosnahan as Lois Lane, Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor.
Yup.
Edie Gafigi as Mr. Terrific.
Yup.
Nathan Fillion as Bullcut Guy Gardner.
Yup.
Isabella Merced as Hawkgirl. Anthony Kerrigan as Metamorpho. Maria Gabriela de Faria as the engineer. And then a bunch of other people as well. Scarlett Zondo, Sarah Sampaio. I don't know who played you're talking about the Baravian guy?
Yeah, the Netanyahu stand-in.
I did not write that one down. I did not think he was
No, he's
relevant
not.
in
I
that
just
movie.
find that we'll talk about it.
And then obviously there's a few cameo cast members in here we'll talk
John
about.
Cena,
Yeah, yeah,
spontaneous John Cena.
spontaneous production. Interesting stuff here. We talked about the Snyderverse, right?
Hmm.
After Man of Steel came out, pretty immediately in the coming years, Man of Steel 2 was greenlit and it was like planned. Even though BVS was the second movie they put out, that wasn't their Man of Steel 2 officially.
Yeah.
Guess off the top of your head, guys, who the rumored villain for this
Oh, I just
canceled
wonder.
movie would be.
I just wonder. I could never guess, Josh. I just don't know who it could possibly be.
It could be any Superman character for a
Does his
canceled
name rhyme
Superman
with
movie.
Brainiac?
Does it rhyme? Is it technically rhyming if it's the same word?
You know what? It's fucking Brainiac. We know this.
Yeah, it's
It's
We know
always
these
definitely
things.
Brainiac.
more interesting here. Matthew Vaughn was the heavy consideration for director who did the Kingsman movies, and
Again?
yeah, he we talked about how he pitched a movie with
Yeah.
Mark Millar. Yeah, they were talking to him about directing Man of Steel 2. This was back in the 2016
Yeah.
2017 era, but it got canceled pretty much around the end of 2017 after the whole Justice League
Yeah.
debacle. They were like, Man of Steel 2, if it's coming a long ways away. Anyway, 2018, DC asked Gunn to make a new Superman movie, and he does the Suicide Squad instead. He feels like he can't tackle the character. 2021 is when they hired Ta-Nehisi Coates to do that Black Superman film. I
Mhm.
get confused sometimes because they were planning a Val Zod like series with Michael B. Jordan, but
Yeah.
also they were planning like a traditional Superman movie with Clark Kent, but also played by a black actor. So I think they had two different Superman projects in the works. We're gonna talk about the Wall Street Journal article later in this episode because of some of the spinoffs they're rumored to have.
Hmm.
But one of the things, as an aside in that, is that they canceled this, which never got officially confirmed. But they said David Zaslav said it was too woke, which is a real CEO leadership right there
Yep.
to
That sounds.
cancel it.
That sounds like something he would say.
Did you guys like have any familiarity with these projects?
Yeah, I
I
did.
remember covering
I
them
remember
like
these.
pretty heavily, and there
Yeah.
was a lot of controversy, especially around the Clark Kent
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, for sure. I do remember that when the news first came out about the Michael B. Jordan one, stuff
Mm-hmm.
kept coming out. Like Michael B. Jordan kept saying, like, "Oh yeah, no, we're gonna do it. We're gonna make it," and all this other stuff. And then it just is one of those things like DC is known to do. It just never came out. But yeah, I'm definitely familiar with these.
A Valzad Michael B. Jordan Superman thing would have ate. I'm sorry, that would have been
Yeah.
so cool. I don't even like he is Human Torch in that Fantastic Four movie. He's still good.
Yeah.
That movie's not good, but I like my boy.
Good casting.
Yeah,
I don't know if I can go beyond that.
I think I just have a Michael B. Jordan like soft spot, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so that was happening around 2021. 2022, Black Adam cameo happened. Basically, The Rock comes in. He's like, I want to bring Henry Cavill back. It's Superman versus Black Adam. And he like strongholds the Warner Brothers leadership. And that sparks interest again in a Man of Steel 2. This time, they approached Christopher McQuarrie, who worked with Cavill on Fallout. But McQuarrie was busy in his Mission Impossible land, so it never really went anywhere. And also, we now know that at the same time, David Zaslav came in with WBD, took over the merger, and immediately got to James Gunn and was like, make a new Superman movie. We need to like reset everything. And by the end of 2022, Batgirl shelved completely, and James Gunn's put in charge, and the new DCU begins. And by early 2023, this movie gets announced, Superman Legacy, which they retitled to Superman, and set that 2025 release, and thankfully didn't change that release date, which is a rarity with comic book movies.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. That's what kind of surprised me. It had a quick turnaround time.
and it doesn't feel like rushed at all. It
No.
never
No.
felt like in the production that we were just trying to meet a release date. It just felt like they had confidence in that and they delivered.
Yeah.
It was super impressive. Anyway, I thought that was an interesting little lead up just to remember the past couple years because that's what we've been living through for ever since the Black Adam shit happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me ask you guys first. I'm curious, what was your theater screening like? Anything interesting?
Yeah, I mean,
Opening
it
night?
was full of energy. Saw some dudes in costumes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got the popcorn bucket, Jackson.
Dude,
I
yeah,
see.
I mean, I'll go over this. Look, man, we've been beating around the bush for 10 minutes. I say we get into it.
You want to get into it?
I think we need
Yeah,
to get into it, bro. We've been beating around the bush for 10 minutes.
I think so.
Okay.
I think so. I definitely think we need to get into it.
I'll start with you, Jalen. Just give me your general overall
General thoughts.
impressions.
Okay, so when I walked out of this theater, which I guess kind of as a lead off from the theater experience, my theater was also packed. I went to this local theater that I have here. It's called the Golden Ticket,
Oh,
and it
nice.
was a Dolby screening, but their Dolby screening had heated seats. So I was in like the perfect situation, right? And everyone was in Superman costumes and all that other stuff. And the theater was loving it, right? You got some laughs here and there. Not as many, not every joke landed. Honestly, a lot of the jokes didn't land from my theater, but a lot of the action moments and a lot of the Superman moments hit. Now, I think some of those reactions did taint my reaction a little bit. Walking out of this theater, I was feeling very, in an incredible spot. Like, like this is my number one. This is what I've been asking for as a DC fan. This is the perfect start to the DCU. I cried 3 times. I think I saw it on Friday. We're recording this on a Monday.
Yes.
So,
Mhm.
uh, after sitting with it for the weekend, I like it. I don't love it. Kind of like Jack. Though I don't want to spoil it for him, but yeah, I like it. I have a lot of critiques. They could be called nitpicks, whatever. But I definitely have a lot of critiques, which I'm sure we'll get into when we break down everything. Which I'm very excited to talk about those critiques and what this film did especially well. Which for me was the big three of Clark, Lois, and Lex.
There you go. Jackson, take it away. General impressions.
Yes. What Jalen said.
Essentially.
Yeah, I mean, I had a really good time with this. I saw it on Friday as well. Obviously, I was excited because I went there and I immediately bought this really cool. I'm not like a big popcorn bucket kind of guy, but I saw this. I was like, yeah, I must. I
Was it
must.
a good popcorn bucket for like eating out
Dude,
of?
they didn't even put the fucking popcorn in this. Like, they just handed me this and gave me like it's a piggy bank,
Oh,
bro. This thing is a piggy bank. I'm sorry. Like, look, there's like a 25-cent thing at the top. This shit is a piggy bank. This is not a popcorn bucket,
dude,
which
I
is
saw a
fine.
guy put extra comics in there because like they can fit in.
Oh, dude.
That's a good
Speaking of
idea.
comics, I did not get these from my screening, but at the Regal, some of my friends went through. They had free comics,
Oh,
Oh,
that's
no kidding.
sick,
Just
which
like
bro.
is
single issues.
really, really, yeah, just like single issues, which I think is so sick.
A
I
for all
just
seasons issue
Yeah,
too.
for all seasons they had All
Ooh,
Star. I thought that was really cool, and I would
that is
just share.
awesome.
But yeah, dude, the energy in my theater was fucking. I have not seen a theater buzz like that probably since Spider Man No Way
Wow.
Home.
Oh, the re.
Like
Oh, no way
I
home.
haven't
Okay.
been in a theater that's buzzed like that probably since No Way Home. It's been a fat minute since I've been in a theater with that much energy in the room.
Man, the Minecraft movie
No, the
didn't hit
Minecraft movie
that.
didn't quite live up to that. I'm not gonna
didn't
lie.
quite didn't quite live up there. Yeah. So overall, though, you're liking it now, loving
I
it.
am liking it. I'm excited to talk about it.
Gotcha. Okay. I, with money I didn't have, got the early Tuesday screening a
Yeah,
couple days early, and I was like, guys, you guys got to lock in and get that early screening. They did not. I
I
did.
should have. I regret it.
Yeah. Look up. Anyway, so I copped that. That was very fun. It was IMAX. It was packed full of
I
Superman
was in
nerds.
IMAX as well. I should have.
Yeah. The one thing I'll say, we had these two fucking guys in the front row.
Theater etiquette
And
is dead, bro.
no, like here's the thing. They were
Oh, these aren't like
nice.
yappers?
These were like nice people. Like
Okay.
the only thing is that they were so excited and they were trying to start a clapping trend after every fucking scene.
Oh my
And you know
god.
what? It's cool, right? Superman gets like a big moment.
Mhm.
Yeah, you clap.
Killing
But
me,
like
bro.
a small thing would fucking happen. And these guys
Yeah.
losing their mind, bro. Like the Michael Rosenbaum cameo where he just plays a fucking Lex bot or
I
the
didn't even catch
Raptor.
that until
They
someone
try
said
they tried to start a clapping scene for that. I mean, they tried to start a clapping scene when Frank Grillo showed up.
That's so funny.
Like it was really bad, man. And it was funny when they started clapping and no one else did. Like the Superman Lois kiss, it's just like those two guys down there hooting and hollering, bro.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm game for like Endgame, No Way Home style reactions when it's like the proper moments, but like
yeah.
we don't need to do it all the time. Is that me just being cynical?
No,
I feel
you're
like it
right.
was because
You're right. That's silly.
I watched it again a couple this weekend. And I rewatched it without anyone. There was no noise at the my
Yeah.
second one I watched on Saturday. It was really nice though. It was just nice to just sit in the movie without having any
Yeah, it's
distractions.
not one of those movies that builds in like audience applause breaks like No Way
Yeah,
Home did.
th- thankfully, man.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
so I got both experiences. I got the one where everyone's going ape shit, and I got the one where I heard you could hear a needle drop, and so full range. I I called Jackson, or Jackson called me when I got out of it just to get like some early reactions, and I was pretty jazzed, man.
Yeah.
And then I rewatched it. Right, I'm still jazzed. I mean, I fucking love this thing. Is it the perfect movie? No, but I'm gonna stand by it. I think it's a fucking beautiful new edition, and
Yeah.
it's
Mhm.
especially with some of the comics we've read, especially my love of the My Adventures show. Like this is the Superman I want going forward, and it makes me so happy that we're in this era now, as opposed
Hmm.
to even the old DCU era. So we're gonna go over everything. I have a bunch of topics, so we can go. Let's start. Let's just do some characters right now. Superman, David Cornsweet.
I was thinking we'd start with that girl from the Suicide Squad that hit Amanda Waller with the
Oh
fucking
yeah,
golf club. Yeah,
were you
I
a
was
big
thinking we
fan?
start with her, bro.
Yeah, she gets a. It was funny. I didn't realize that was her until someone told me. So then on the second time I watched it, they like specifically have her name when
Yeah.
Lex Luthor, and I did not realize that was. I just thought he was saying a random person's name the
No,
first time I
I was
watched
like,
it.
oh shit, that's because I always thought it was weird that she wasn't in Peacemaker.
I didn't think she was gonna get that much bigger. I just thought she had a nice moment in the Suicide Squad and realized she was gonna get promoted to that level.
Yeah, I know. Like I was joking, but it was kind of fun to see her again. Because okay, can I tell a little story before we start like really getting into it?
No,
Because
go
this is
ahead.
related to the review. So my dad absolutely fucking hated that movie, The Suicide Squad. Hated it, like despised
Lame.
it.
Boo. Sorry.
And so like he was not excited for this Superman movie. Really, he thought it looked bad. But the night before we watched Superman, we
Mm.
rewatched the Suicide Squad, and he did like a complete 180 on it. Like he refused to watch it since it was in theaters because he disliked it so much. But we rewatched it the other day, and he really had a good time with it. And he went into Superman the next day, and I think probably liked it even more than I did, which I
Did you,
never would have expected.
did your dad finish All Star? Because you said he was reading it, right?
I think he made it halfway through.
Come on, man.
I think the Jimmy Olsen side tangent broke him.
Papa Wells
I
is
know. I'm gonna try and get
disappointing
it
me.
back on.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
thought that was fascinating.
the Suicide. Well, we're gonna talk about that one obviously before Peacemaker.
Yeah.
'Cause I want to get into that, but yeah, get us back on track. Superman, Clark Kent, Jalen, David Cornsweet comes in. Completely different take than Henry Cavill, which we've been kind of bashing a little bit over the past couple of weeks. How are we feeling now? New era, new guy.
Yo, he is Superman.
Hmm.
He is going to be Superman for a whole new age, man. And when I was walking out of this theater, I went to go see it by myself. So when I
Mm.
was walking out of this theater, there was a little kid who was walking out, and I went to the bathroom, and the little kid was walking out of the bathroom as I was walking out of the theater, and he was like, he looked up at me, and he was like, did you just walk out of Superman? And I was like, yeah, I did. And he was like, no way, I went to go see it too. And I was like, did you like it? Did you like it? And he was like, yeah, I had never seen anything Superman before, so this was so cool. And like he was all in his Superman gear and all that other stuff. And like he like ran away, I guess, to his family. And like as he was running away, he put like one hand on his hip and like one hand, up, right? And he was like whoosh as he was running away. And I thought like my heart was like touched, dude, because like kind of
That's so
like
beautiful.
looking at what the MCU did for me as a kid, with RDJ as Iron Man, Chris Evans as Cap, all this other stuff that are now set in stone, which is why I will probably never leave the MCU no matter how bad it gets or how good it gets, whatever, right? this is gonna be like for that generation of kids. Like
Yeah.
this is gonna be their DC cinematic universe, just like it's probably gonna become ours when it's all said and done. This is probably gonna be the set
Mm-hmm.
one other than the DCAU, but Corn Sweat, man, Corn Sweat embodied this. You could tell the research, the preparation, even like in his interviews, like on this tour, I've been watching multiple ones. Dude is a square. He's a dork, and that and like that is exactly what you want out of Clark Kent and out of Superman. Now his Clark Kent is good. We did not see enough of it, and that is like one of my biggest critiques is that I
Yeah.
wish, and that is why for me Christopher Reeve is still at number one because he's the OG, and two because like we only got to see Superman and we got to see Clark for one scene. We didn't get to see that shift. We didn't get to see like how
Yeah.
different of them really are, other than one scene where he was, you know, joking with Lois and Jimmy and all this other stuff, which is cool. It was a really cool scene, especially when like Jimmy was like congratulating him and hitting him with the newspaper, and he was like,
Yeah.
doing his little bounce and stuff while he was on the phone with his mom. That was amazing. That was incredible. It's just we didn't see enough of it. But overall, his Superman is perfect. Is
Now let me
perfect.
ask you this, Jalen. Is Clark Kent's only in one scene, right? Public
Yeah.
facing. Is this similar to the Batman, where Bruce Wayne's only in a little bit of that movie, and it's not your outgoing, like you don't get to see proper Bruce Wayne in that movie? Are
It's
we
different because of the time period, if that makes sense. Bruce Wayne, and also what the characters' alter egos mean. Bruce Wayne and
mm-hmm.
Batman is the personality. Bruce Wayne is the mask. So especially in his earlier years, you like Bruce Wayne. He never in the comics. He wasn't really one to kind of like know how to differentiate the two, which is why in the Batman you see it done so masterfully, where they aren't two different characters. Like bro is sulking. He's like he is like standing around stalking conversations because he's still in that mode because Batman is his true personality. You know,
Okay. Yeah.
Superman, Clark Kent is kind of like his human persona. There are times where kind of like we saw in Superman, 3, where he wanted to be Clark Kent more than he wanted to be Superman. So I feel like with this, especially because there are other superheroes and they know who he is, and this is clearly like an established universe. So he's established in his career as Superman at this point. I did expect that a little bit more. What about you guys? How was Corn Sweat for y'all?
Yeah, I thought he was perfect as well. I do agree that I would have liked more of the Clark Kent side of things. But I mean, and I think this goes for pretty much the entire cast. Like, there's not really anybody in this movie that doesn't feel right for the role that they're playing.
I would say so. Yeah.
And I think that
Everyone.
goes like top to bottom. Like, I'm not even just talking about the core three. Like, I know there was a lot of controversy about Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner, but I thought he was great. Everyone that I've talked to that's like a big Green Lantern fan has thought he was really good. Jalen, I'm curious actually for your take on him too.
We'll get to him. We'll get to him. We'll get
We'll
to
get
him.
to
That's
him.
that's that's that's
Big
one
tease.
that. Yeah. We'll get to
Yeah.
him.
David is the thing I like the most about him. I was worried that he was going to be maybe like Christopher Reeve mimicking,
Yeah, no,
because
he
of
does his own thing.
how much this movie like pulls from those Christopher Reeve stuff. It doesn't. It's like what is Superman in this modern era with that like classic mentality and personality, and that's what's so appealing about it. And I love all his little emotional flourishes because it's not over the top, but it gives him a lot more perspective and a lot more nuance that I really like. I love that interview scene. I'm addicted to that. Both times
Yeah,
I
that's a
watched
good one.
that,
Yeah, that
I
interview scene
fucking
is incredible.
that's the screen test they did for the two of them. Yeah, like clearly. And then obviously the ending monologue, I've seen that all over the place. Yeah, man, it fucking rocks. Even like his scene in the fortress where he's talking to the Superman robots, and he's just got such a
Yeah,
bravado to him that like works. Now, four, I got to get back to the fray. And he's like, and then his stuff with Crypto too.
yeah,
Which, by the way, Crypto, as someone that has a puppy, like that we got him last September, and he's very unruly and crazy because that's how puppies are.
yeah.
This was like, bro, I felt so seen.
Dude,
Crypto is a menace, and I get it.
that
My dog is the same way.
that Woman of Tomorrow trailer is gonna hit like a fucking nuke on the internet when that drops, bro. Like when they realize how they're about to do crypto in that movie.
They can't do that. They got to change it,
They're
man.
not going to, bro. You can't change it.
That's my go. Well, we're gonna have to Zack Snyder resurrect Crypto like he's dog Jesus.
Well, I
You
mean,
can't.
I guess I won't give away the
You won't
comic, but
spoil it.
yeah.
Interesting.
Oh
We're
man,
getting
and
those Crypto shorts too.
yeah. I was just about to say we're getting those crypto shorts, so people are going to be even more attached to them when we
Are
get
those
to
supposed
Woman
to
of
come out
Tomorrow.
like soon?
Yeah, the next one, first one comes out in the fall, I believe.
Oh, okay.
So they're gonna be like the Groot shorts, I imagine, pretty similar. Yeah, though. Another thing too, I didn't get the expensive action figure, but I had to get like something from it.
Oh,
I
nice.
can't even see it good. It's like the cheap $10 one,
Sick,
but man, I
sick.
wanted a David Cornsway even had an interview where he's like, I want a Lego figure. Man, what the fuck was Lego doing?
Yeah.
I just want a Lego David Superman. But yeah, I don't know, man. I just loved it. I thought the costume was fantastic too.
Yeah.
I like was it's so it's modernized Christopher Reeve. It just works really well.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Similarly, Lois, I guess I'll start here and then I'll go to you guys. I really think Rachel Brosnahan is like the potential to be the perfect Lois. I think I loved a lot of her scenes. I don't think she's in it enough.
I
And I
agree
don't
with
think
that.
she's in it with David enough.
Also
Like,
agree with that.
I do also agree with that.
especially like it's most apparent when you get to the scene with her and Mr. Terrific and they're entering the portal.
hmm
They don't actually do anything there. They just stand there the whole time. And I get like they have a reason why because they like don't want to fall into the river, but it's weird to have her go do that as like a side
Yeah.
plot, but then have her just stand at the edge of a portal for the whole time while Mr. Terrific does stuff. And I just
Yeah,
wish I wanted more. And I was intrigued by her character arc and her development of David, but yeah, I just think we need a more Lois heavy story in the
Yeah.
sequel.
I completely agree.
How about you guys?
yeah,
Took the
yeah.
words right
No,
out of my mouth.
exactly. Yeah, I think with Lois, kind of like you said, I think that she definitely does have the potential to be the best Lois with more appearances and with more screen time with David Superman. I definitely feel like some aspects of this movie suffered from a little bit too from too many characters. So and to the point where you can't show
I
enough
agree.
love to every single character that I guess mattered to the story. Like even during the final scene when she gathered the Daily Planet cast, they just kind of hovered over the city. They didn't. They kind of served no purpose. Um,
I know, dude. It
yeah,
frustrates me.
yeah, it definitely, yeah, and I guess when we get to the Daily Planet cast, I could like say my true thoughts on them. But I think when it
No,
comes
let's
to
do
like
it.
Lois, you're just gonna go into it. Okay, I feel like other than Jimmy and Lois, I thought all of them were useless in the story. I think they could have been cut out. You know, I mean, I think other than Perry White, I think
Does Ron Troop even have a line, bro, in this
no,
movie? I
he
don't
has a
even think
grunt.
so.
He has a literal grunt when he picks up the box and like runs when Perry's like, you too, you too, you too. Like literally it's just a thing of like, oh, look at how many classic Superman Daily Planet cast members we can get or characters we can get in this story
Hmm.
to truly show this is a comic booky, story. I
Yeah.
feel like when it comes to Cat Grant, when it comes to Ron Troop, when it comes to Steve Lombard, I just wasn't buying it, and I was also in that state too where I was like, why are these characters in this? And even like in an interview that Cat Grant did, which I know is press, you kind of gotta make your character sound appealing to yourself and to the audience, so then they're attached, right? And she was like, Cat is a person that goes and
Yeah.
gets what she wants. She only has two lines in this movie, and she like
She doesn't
cheers.
do
So it's
anything.
like, yeah, she literally doesn't do anything. You know what I mean? So I feel like I said, Lois and Jimmy, I feel like we're the definite standout, especially my boy Jimmy Olsen. My boy Jimmy
Yeah, he was
Olsen.
great.
Yes.
Yeah, I was not familiar with his game, but I will say, I guess to kind of do a for a positive side on Lois Lane, I think one of my favorite moments and a moment that made one of my moments that made me cry was when she was like, it was very simple. It was when he was like, I guess considering turning himself in, and she was like, "You look at everybody like they're beautiful." And I think to me, like that, just like it's one of those simple, small lines where I was like, man, and like the chemistry was popping. Obviously, the interview conversation is Chef's kiss, like masterful. but it was like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, yeah, like with more time, with more build up, with more appearances, this is, I think, could be the definitive Superman and the definitive Lois.
Yeah, it
And
just
the definitive Lex, baby.
Oh yeah, oh
fuck
yeah,
yeah.
oh yeah.
Nicholas Holt,
Dude,
Lex
dude,
Luthor.
so good. So good. He is so good.
Jackson, what did I say when I called you after I came out? I said, this is the Lex. Like, this is the
Yeah, no,
Lex.
this is Lex, bro. This is
This
Lex.
trumps everything. Love you, Jesse Eisenberg. Love you, Gene Hackman. Thank you for playing, but get the fuck out of here. I'm sorry.
This is
Sorry,
This is
like,
Derek.
Lex.
Yeah,
this
this
is
is
like,
Lex. He is a bald, evil hater man, and it's
Just a hater.
awesome. And Nicholas Holt is one of our up and coming actors that I like. Every time I see him in something, he's always a
Yeah,
standout.
he's always great.
And
But
I'm
he's
so
ridiculous in this movie, bro.
he's just like every scene, man.
Yeah.
He's on his A game and he's locked in. And I just loved how insane each of his schemes got. That's what reminded me of All Star Superman when he was just like releasing a kaiju
Yeah.
or doing all this crazy shit, especially with Ultraman. And I'm like, this is what Lex needed to be for so
Yeah,
long.
I'm glad we finally had a Lex that went like straight up balls to the walls.
And he looks perfect too.
Oh
Oh
yeah,
my
dude.
god.
He just every shot, man. He's perfect.
I think he's my favorite character in this whole movie.
I would probably agree with that.
And that's crazy because
yeah,
Superman's really good too. But I'm a Lex boy. Like I love when they get it right. And
Yeah. No,
yeah, it
it was refreshing to see a comic book villain where they don't try and make you like sympathize with him at all. Like the
yeah.
goal is just for you to hate this man as much as humanly possible, and I think that they pulled that off like with flying colors. Lex is an asshole in this movie.
do you think? I mean, I don't know if he's Mount Rushmore comic book villains, but maybe with time he could be touching that
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe
with
that
after his
area.
cameo in Creature Commando season 2, I think he
Or
could be up there.
yeah, dude. Oh my god, my favorite fucking Lex bit is when he's like, I didn't try to kill you so I could start a war in these
I
countries.
started a
I
war so
started a
I
war
could
so I
try
could
and kill
kill
you.
you. That
That's
is a
hard
that's a
as fuck.
bar. That is a bar, dude. I fucking loved it.
Yeah, I know
Oh my.
that was one of the best Lex moments in the movie.
Or
Yeah.
like when his like it was like the rage bait thing in the well, first off, the rage bait thing where he's like
The dog,
sipping on the
yeah,
coffee
yeah,
mug.
yeah.
Love that scene. But then the whole the shot from the trailer where he's like just looking
Oh
so
yeah,
angry
perfect,
in context. It makes
insane.
it even better, man. He is just like, or even like people. I saw people complain that he admitted that he was envious and that he had no like actual
Yeah.
good motivation. But like, I mean, at least he was honest. I actually
Yeah,
appreciated it.
I better say, I need him to be in everything. I need Lex to be in everything. Put him in Peacemaker. Put him in Lanterns. I don't give a fuck. Give me more of this Lex. Like,
Do you think he'll be the villain of Superman next project
I
if
think
we
he'll be
do
in it.
Superman 2? You don't think he'll be like the main villain though? They'll switch over.
Nah.
I think they'll do Brainiac. I think they're going to do Brainiac. On my soul, I think they're going to do Brainiac.
Yeah, I think the next thing they might do with Lex is like a whole Injustice League or an Injustice
Oh,
gang or whatever, where he teams up with some other villains. But I kind of like Jackson, put Lex in everything. Mister 1A, 1A, 1A,
one
bro.
A, one A.
That scene, especially like when he's just saying it and like he has tears in his eyes, like his eyes are watering up because he
Yeah, I
is
know
so
it's crazy.
angry, bro. It is so good, dude.
Yeah.
So good.
Let's touch on the other villains though really quick. We had Ultraman and the Engineer.
AKA
The
Bizarro.
big thing with of Ultraman was everyone kind of knew what it was, but
Yeah,
there was no official confirmation. He's not fully Bizarro, but he kind of is. I was hoping he was going to be all fucked up
I think
underneath.
he's going to come back as Bizarro
Yeah.
Yeah,
because he doesn't die at the end. He kind of just gets
Into the cube
left
world.
into the void. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think he will become Bizarro in the future. I think that's what they're setting up.
he had a very insane haircut
It was
too.
great. You know what it reminded me of?
Superman, like when he comes back and he has the big mullet.
No, it
That's
reminded
what
me of
reminded me of
Mark Pillow.
Mark. Oh my god, Mark, we miss you,
Mark Pillow, my beloved.
Mark Pillow. Did you guys like Ultraman for what he
Yeah, I
is?
mean, it was just a punching bag.
Yeah. Do you like?
Yeah.
I thought the suit was so boring,
Yeah, I would have liked a bit more there.
but I get it.
But if we're talking about the Injustice League, I think we need to talk about the future Justice League, because the Hall of Justice is in this movie, and that's so cool. Did you? This wasn't confirmed to be in the movie ahead of time, was it?
I think it was because they
Yeah,
filmed in
it
Ohio.
was
I
from
didn't know.
Yeah,
I had like when it cut to the Hall of Justice, I was like taken aback. I was like, oh shit, there it is.
there it
Are you?
is. It's
Yeah.
pretty
So
sick.
are we ready to just get to this list of heroes? Off
Did
rip?
we not?
Jalen has been waiting to
Who's
dump
on this
this list
wall?
of heroes.
Do we not have any thoughts on the engineer before we move down?
Then,
Two's
oh, okay,
fine.
okay. Actually, I do.
Okay, go ahead.
I am sick to death of nanotech, but like the way that it was done in this movie was like genuinely really cool. I thought that the way that her powers were visualized was really clever. It wasn't that kind of bullshit you got with Stark's suit in Infinity War. It
Mm-hmm.
actually like it felt like it had like rhyme and reason behind it. It felt like believable, which I appreciated. I appreciate the thought put into how her nanotech worked. Anyways,
Yeah.
Yeah, which
that's all.
J-
on the engineer, fun comic book Jalen fact, I guess, about that.
yeah.
The name of, I guess, the team or whatever, the government sanctioned metahumans that Lex has is called Planet Watch.
Uh huh.
That
Right.
in the New 52, basically the authority were named Stormwatch, and they
Mm,
were led by Martian Manhunter, and they were all authority characters. So I guess they're changing the name from Planet Watch to Stormwatch and starting it
okay.
with the engineer.
Interesting.
Yeah.
My one thing with engineer, I thought Maria was really fun, and I'm excited to see if they do the authority thing, if they
Yeah.
bring her back. I don't. I wish they would have explained why she was against Superman. They don't at all. They just
Yeah.
said, "I sacrificed my humanity," but they don't get into it. And I think that's kind of weak on the script's part to not
Yeah.
give her a proper motivation because I
I
wanted
wonder
to
if that was
know.
cut out.
But like, there's so much other shit in here that you could
Yeah, no, I agree.
replace it with, like
Yeah.
cut out.
I'm more just wondering, like, genuinely, like, if they did film something and cast it.
I'd have to imagine, right? So maybe we'll find out at some
Yeah.
point. Anyway, Justice Gang. What a name! I like how they played on the name though in the movie. Like they admitted it
I
wasn't.
liked it more than I thought I would, and it's especially like it's intriguing to me because it's like clearly, and I was worried they wouldn't do this. They're clearly building to the Justice League. Like
Yeah.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
I was kind of scared that they would shy away from that, given that that was a big focus in the old
Yeah.
DCU. But I'm glad that like right out of the gate they're going like full steam ahead and building towards a Justice League because I think you have to have that.
Right.
That's like
Yeah.
doing a Marvel Cinematic Universe without an X-Men or an Avengers. Like you have to have it, you know?
I That was the biggest thing with the DC post Justice League, where they was just doing scattershot projects,
And
is
no
that
Justice League. Yeah.
there was nothing to
Yeah.
really tie it together. And this is interesting what we have so far. We have Guy Gardner, Green Lantern, we have Hawkgirl, Mister Terrific, and now seemingly
Yeah.
Metamorpho, all under the guise of Maxwell Lord, which by the way is not in this movie
But he is
like
in this
at
movie.
all. He's like, but like when they cast him, I was like, okay, so he's gonna actually be a relevant character,
No.
and
Yeah.
he's not. He has a. I wish they had like hadn't announced that at all.
Well, I think that it was just more general, like because even when I remember when that casting announcement hit, the article said that he wasn't really in Superman.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
I vividly remember that because it was like he's in it but not really, and I was like, okay, well, what does that mean? And I think really the reason they announced it because he's in Peacemaker.
Oh, and
And
they had to put the trailer out. Looking
yeah,
at it.
yeah, like he's in Peacemaker. There's a chance he shows up in Lanterns, stuff like that. Like he's gonna be around consistently. So I think that's probably the reason why they announced the casting.
Yeah. So I have no opinion on Sean
No,
Gunn,
yeah,
Maxwell Lord.
I've said my piece about that casting already, but yeah, in terms of the three or I guess four members of the upcoming Justice League, I thought that it was a fun roster of characters. Obviously, like some of them got more to do than others. Like Hawkgirl really got fuck all to do, but like I liked
She
all the
screams a lot.
performances. She does scream a lot.
Yeah. Jalen.
So with the Justice Gang, Mr. Terrific is my goat. Mr.
Oh, of
Terrific,
course.
the fight scene that he has, he just RF arms the entire fight scene, like
Yeah,
it's like so nonchalantly too, while fun or whatever that song is
yeah,
plays in the so good, man. And like it at times it did feel like I was watching a Justice League Unlimited episode, which is kind of funnily enough, that is one of my critiques or nitpicks. I'm not going to call it a critique because this movie is still great, but one of my nitpicks for this movie is that at times it did feel like I was just watching an adventure, not an actual journey, if that makes sense. Like it felt like I was watching an episode of Justice League Unlimited, but it was 2 hours instead of like a true, genuine Superman story where he goes from point A to point B and he has all these moments where you can see the nuance of Superman rather than just telling everything. Because I felt like a lot of this script was telling how he feels, telling
Yeah.
saying his ideals to the audience as well as to all the characters, and it's like that's cool, but you don't need to say every emotion. You don't need to say every small story beat, which I felt at times the movie did.
Yeah.
But Hawk Girl, she was cool. She killed a prime minister. There has to be some consequences for that, no matter how evil the dude was.
Right.
Nah, low key, she's innocent.
Metamorpho. I don't know how I feel about him. I'm gonna be honest. I love Anthony Carrigan. I don't know if I was rocking with the performance. It seemed also you caught Sapphire Stagg, who is Simon Stagg's daughter, who is Metamorpho's arch nemesis. You caught her for 1 second while he was watching
with our goat baby Joey.
Yeah, with our goat baby Joey.
Yeah.
But Metamorpho was definitely leaning more into that Silver Age side of Silver Golden Age, pre-Crisis on Infinite Earth side of comics, which I appreciated. And Guy Gardner, man, I think his character was spot on. I think his powers and the use of them, I wanted so much more. And granted, I know this is not a Green Lantern story. This is not a whatever.
Yeah.
Like, there were certain parts where, like, the look of his powers, I wasn't really rocking with. There's no green aura around him while he flies.
Yeah.
He just flies.
Yeah, I did want that.
Yeah, I really wanted that.
I do wonder if that's something that they're going to kind of build towards once he gets rid of his fucking stupid Max Corpse or, like, Lord Tech suit,
Yeah.
Because I would imagine when we get to Hal Jordan and John Stewart, they'll have that, right? One would think.
Oh, like the regular outfits?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I think Guy Gardner probably does too. I think he just has to use the Maxwell Lord outfit because he's working for Lord.
Yeah.
Jalen, that's got to be pretty cool because I don't know if you saw the Ryan Reynolds movie in theaters. This might be the first time you've ever seen Green Lantern on the big screen.
Right? I actually did see that Ryan Reynolds movie in theaters.
Okay, well, even then, it's been like a decade plus. You know.
So Jalen, you're sold on Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner.
No, for sure. I mean, like for a while, he was my Hal Jordan. Like for a long time, because he voiced Hal Jordan in like so many projects. So like for a while, he was my Hal Jordan, and now like seeing him in live action as Guy Gardner, he had the perfect mannerisms. Certain things he would say, I'll be like, yeah, that's Guy Gardner. I can't wait till he gets one punch by Batman, or one punch by Superman, or one punch by any.
Make it move, Big Blue.
Exactly. Like I cannot wait till he gets put in his place by someone. Which I will actually be interested to see what his interactions will be like with Aaron Pierre as John Stewart and Lanterns. Because I mean, I saw a quote today where he said he didn't have any scenes with Kyle Chandler. So there's he said he only had scenes with Aaron Pierre. So I'm guessing that at some point John Stewart has to go to somewhere and gets involved with Guy Gardner. Yeah, and also Guy Gardner's in a few episodes. He said he had like 3 episodes to film.
Oh wow!
He's probably with the whole core when John Stewart goes there for the first time.
Yeah, which I'm also interested in how much of that we're gonna get. Which, oh my god, I can't wait for Lanterns. I do think his powers do look a little wonky, and I think that just kind of goes to the look of this film. Some things do look a little wonky, which I'm sure Jackson can go into. About the.
I absolutely can.
Yeah, about the look. But yeah,
no, it's cool. I have a few thoughts on all of them. Hawk Girl, but by the way, did not like any of the Lord costumes. Except I like the Mr. Terrific one because it looks like his comic book outfit. But the Green Lantern and Hawk Girl ones are still not my thing.
No, they're not good. But I I hope we do get rid of those sooner rather than later. I
I
don't
thought
know
there
what
was going to be a thematic thing in this movie, and it wasn't.
well,
And it
I
made me
think it is
sad.
a thematic thing. I just don't like. I guess my question is like, what's the end game? How long are we playing this? Like, how
Yeah,
long
I
is Maxwell Lord gonna run the fucking Justice League?
see.
Probably
I
for
thought that was
another.
hopefully going to be just this movie, and it wasn't. And I was
No.
that's why I was disappointed Maxwell Lord wasn't in it because I
Yeah,
thought the whole thing was going to be. You know how we read Kingdom Come,
yeah.
and there was a whole commentary on like the merchandising of superheroes
Hmm.
Mhm.
and the commodization of it. I was hoping that was going to be a touchdown here, and Superman would bring them back to the more traditional,
Yeah.
just save people because you can. That's not what they do, which is fine, but disappointing in that aspect.
Granted, again, I do think that's where they're going with this.
Right,
Ultimately,
bigger,
it's
big
just
picture.
again, yeah. I don't know how. I don't know what the
Yeah,
plan is. Like, is this going to be a part of Peacemaker? Like,
Oh yeah,
I
it
I don't
seems it
think
seems
I don't
like
think
it.
that's going to be anything more than a joke at the beginning with
yeah,
the. Anyways, yeah, Hawk Girl didn't get enough of her. Isabella Merced's always, it's Isabella Merced. She's fun.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anthony Carrigan Metamorpho, big disappointment for me. Shout out him as Victor's ass. I love that man. And NoHo Hank. That's my goat. Like
No, Hank is
you
my goat.
you don't fucking cast Anthony Carrigan and don't give him shit to do. That kind of pissed me off. I'm sorry. Like he serves his little purpose in the movie. I just thought they couldn't I don't know the trailer shot. I thought it was just going to be so much more of an emotional crux of this thing, especially
Mm,
with like him looking all despondent in the prison,
yeah,
and it's just all like a big comedic bit, which is fine. By the way, Baby Joey, hideous, but he's
hideous,
served.
ugly monster.
God, he's a freak.
We gotta
Just
kill him.
the funniest shot was him with his parents, dude.
Yeah,
Normal ass blonde woman and Baby
and fucking
Joey as
baby
a
Joey. Yeah,
Yeah.
Jackson does not have his Baby Joey
I don't.
toy as promised, which is
Sorry, guys.
disappointing. So, anyway, I loved his look though. I thought they killed it with
Yeah.
the
Oh
practical
god, the
Yeah.
practical
effects.
effects are beautiful. Can I backtrack?
Maybe. What are you doing?
Jalen, I want to hear all the lists of the people in the Justice
Yes.
League.
Oh,
Okay.
mm,
Okay. So I'm going to start off with. Okay. So honestly,
I'm
once I'm done with
sad
this
at all.
list, I really want you guys to tell me how many of these characters you actually genuinely know.
Okay.
'Cause I'll be honest, as a longtime comic reader, there are still some up here that I don't even know.
okay.
All right, so I'm gonna start off with the JSA. There are only 3 members of the JSA on this
Okay.
board. So we got Wildcat, who Josh
Okay.
caught. We have Jay
I saw
Garrick.
that.
We
Okay,
have
that's
Jay
the one I
Garrick.
saw.
Yeah, we have Jay Garrick, and we have my
That's
boy
cool.
Kent. We have my boy Kent Nelson, aka the original Doctor Fate, holding his helmet in front of him. He doesn't have it on.
Hell
He's
yeah.
not in costume. Now, those are the only 3 members of the JSA that are on this board. The rest of these characters, please tell me if you guys can name any of them. So we have Amethyst. We have a
Maybe.
character called Atomic Knight. We have a
Mm,
character called the Black Pirate. We have a character called Dolphin. We have
right.
a character. Well, I actually know this character, Buana Beast, who was in Justice League Unlimited and Batman: Brave and the Bold.
And Titans.
He was in Titans.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I didn't know that. I actually can't wait for our Titans episode then with this character called Gunfire,
Mm-hmm.
Silent Knight,
No.
Fire and Ice, which you guys should know. Justice League International, 2 really
Right.
big characters. Shining Knight from Stargirl
Yep.
was on this board, and the last character was Vibe, aka Cisco Ramon from
Oh
The
fuck
Flash.
yeah. Fuck yeah. That's
So
my
those
goat.
are those are all the characters on that board.
So maybe they'll do a Justice Society project in the past at some point. That'd be pretty neat.
Yeah, I
Ironically enough, all these characters in the comics are on a different Earth, except for
Mm,
Vibe.
okay.
So, yeah,
So they might have to change some things.
yeah.
That's
But go ahead,
cool.
Jackson.
yeah, I appreciated that mural because it really does feel like a lived in world, you know.
It does.
And that's something that excites me is like we're being thrown into to the deep end. This shit's already moving.
Yeah. It's really cool. And I loved the art of the mural too. It
Yeah.
was Alex Ross style. And I was like, fuck yeah. Really quick, I didn't want to touch on it too much. Edie Gathegi, Mr. Trivia, that's my goat. I thought he was the
Yeah.
clear standout. I love how his like inflection of stuff. The
Hmm.
way he just like says sentences is
He's
so interesting.
okay. So I I guess this is a good thing that this has got me talking about cameos because it's like I'm really eager to see all these characters again.
Yeah,
He's a big one I want to see again, and he's not in the Peacemaker trailer, so I'm hoping he shows up at some point.
that'd be so cool.
Dude, because my thing with this is like they were filming it, these Peacemaker and Superman in the same place at the same time, so you gotta like take advantage of that. He already clearly has. Like, there's Peacemakers in this fucking movie. I we all kind of collectively agree Superman will probably be in Peacemaker, right?
Probably based on how
Mhm.
James Gunn talked about it.
Do we all agree with this?
Yeah.
And so, like, one would assume we'll see other
Mr.
people
Terrific.
too, right? Yeah, I want to
Yeah,
see him, bro. Like,
I'm the goddamn Mr. Terrific,
dude, but
man,
it's
bro.
just this
Fuck
this movie
yeah,
has me excited for this world, and I think that's like the outside of nailing the core characters. That's a
yeah,
big thing that it needed to get right, and it does. Like, it has me
it does.
because like Peacemaker season one. I'm sorry to jump to Peacemaker again, but it references so many like
Other characters like Green Arrow and
yeah,
stuff.
and like when it happened in season one, it didn't really feel like it held any weight because the DCEU was so disjointed. Now, like
Now it
I'm
will.
gonna be like really holding on to everything he mentions because it's like,
Yeah,
all right, I know Gunn has a plan, and it just I'm so excited to like be excited about a cinematic universe because it's like I know a lot of people are sick of them, but like I really love it. I do because it's like I love
Yeah.
comic books, man, and that's how it is in the comics. And we've never had a functioning DC universe on screen in live action, so it's like give it to me.
it's so cool. Well,
I had something else to add. I know you're going to mention
functioning DC
CW. I know you're going
universe.
to mention CW. Shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up right now, Josh. I
It
know what
is
you're going to
function.
say.
It
I
it
know what you're
functioned
going to
for
say.
it functioned for
That shit
10
had no
fucking
Batman. That
years.
shit had no
10
Batman.
years.
No Batman.
Stephen Amell.
That's not the same. Okay, well,
I
fuck it.
wanted to say before we moved on that I was the biggest Nathan Fillion, Guy Gardner hater from the moment he was cast. I thought he was
Yeah,
way too old and a bum. I think I've rediscovered my love. I understand Nathan Fillion's vibe now.
yeah,
I don't, the bowl cut is still stupid, but that's why it's good.
yeah. No, I think the bowl cut works wonderfully for the movie.
He he won me over, man.
I had something else to add. Jesus Christ. Holy shit. What else was I going to say? Oh, can we address the elephant in the room?
What one?
The worst thing about this movie
The
by
look.
far.
The
Oh,
No,
look.
no, I'll talk about the look later, but
with
like the
the
actual worst thing about this movie, it rhymes with Bradley Cooper.
yeah,
Oh.
I'll explain it. So
Okay.
the whole thing lead up was that Bradley Cooper was rumored to be Jor-El,
Uh huh.
and so in the one of the opening scenes of this movie, we get the message from the Kryptonian parent Superman's listening to. It's Bradley Cooper and Angela Serafian as Lara, and it's cool. It's set up nice, like it's his
Yep.
message from his parents. And then a big twist in the movie is that Lex Luthor finds dirt when he invades the fortress, and that the second part of the message says that that Jor-El asked him to like invade the planet and conquer and take over, and then it's a driving force for like people hating on
Yeah.
Superman in this movie, which was cool. But then the problem
It's
is,
never revealed that Lex bullshitted it.
yes, I have. This is this is your biggest gripe. This is my biggest gripe,
I hate it so much.
and I truly cannot believe in my heart of hearts that that is the final
It
idea
just
result.
kneecaps any sort of like my honestly, I think comic aside, like comic inaccuracy aside, I think if you are to just take this as a standalone story, it really kneecaps any sort of like commentary about immigration that you could have, right? Which this movie's clearly trying to do to an extent.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that kind of really kneecaps that narrative. I don't, because I don't think that was intentional on Gunn's part. I just don't think he thought about that, which is baffling to me because I think he's a smarter screenwriter than that.
It's just
It's
so
just so
obviously,
confusing.
it's so obviously a Lex scheme too.
Yeah,
Like
and that literally is a Lex scheme in Birthright.
like how dumb of a if it's true, how dumb of a thing where Lex just walks into the fortress and he just finds that
Yeah,
magically.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any. That has
It's very.
never been a Jor-El thing. That's never like that is Zod's whole.
yeah,
That is
It's
what
very
Jor-El fights
convenient.
against.
It's very convenient. I've
Well, it's
seen. I've
literally
seen.
character assassination for Jor-El if it's
yeah.
true, and
Yeah.
Lara.
I've seen this very dumb theory online, which I don't necessarily, not to call anyone dumb, but I've seen this not great theory online where people thinking that Jor-El is really Zod. And I don't believe it, but I think it's people just trying to make sense of why this message is what it is. Because
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, from a thematic standpoint, there is such a shift, like from what the message was before, and then literally as soon as it's recovered, it switches over to take as many wives as you can, form a harem. When it's just like, we love you, go to this earth, go to this
Yeah.
world, be a good, I think even at
Mm-hmm.
one point they say be a, like, try to be a good person, and then it just randomly shifts to take, form a harem, do all this other stuff, and like it legitimately sounds like a Lex scheme.
Yeah.
And the fact that they don't, and I'm gonna be honest, the only thing that I'm not too caught on to the DCU with is there are no, I don't see any projects in the near future where this could really continue. I'm gonna
What
be
about
honest.
Supergirl?
Well, no,
That's
I think
yeah.
I
Supergirl,
say I
Supergirl's
I
a
don't
whole
think
other
this.
planet. I mean, and it's not even just this. It's like every storyline, in this movie, even like Lex, like the Superman, some Superman aspects. I don't see a place where they can continue, even in the original Chapter One announcement.
Let
All
me
the
let me
projects are,
also piggyback off this. Something
yeah,
that worries me is whenever Gunn is asked about another Superman movie, he kind of plays cool. He's like, "Oh, what I'm worried, it's not really another Superman movie, but it kind of is." Like, what the fuck are you talking about,
yeah, meaning that it won't
BVS
be
Part Two.
focused.
dude? No, that's
It,
what I'm saying, bro. I need another Superman movie. I don't. I'm sorry. I want like World's Finest and all that shit, but like, let's
yeah,
not do this again. Like, let's not wait another 7 years for a Superman movie. Like, give it to me in
yeah.
3. Like,
Because I honestly, in that Chapter One, in all the movies that are announced, you have the five, Supergirl, which, like I said, is going to be on a whole other planet. You will see Superman, but it won't be a Superman centric story,
yo,
and then
I
you have,
think you are really bold to assume we are seeing Superman in that movie.
you don't
I
think we're
think
seeing
you're
Superman and Woman
bold
of
to assume
Tomorrow?
that it's gonna follow the comic beat for beat. I feel like
No,
they're
and,
definitely
and
It's
gonna.
that's the
not
thing.
going to follow the comic beat for beat. I agree with
Yeah,
that, but I don't think we see Superman in that movie.
I absolutely do.
You think we
I
do?
would. I would probably bet on it. I feel like
at least
I
once,
wouldn't.
at least one,
Ooh.
and plus,
Jackson.
Gunn
That's
said
like
we were
you
going to
got
see
to
him in the
tie
next,
people in.
yeah.
Superman's gonna be in that movie.
And
But like,
it is his cousin, it is like literally his family member,
I
his
understand the
character, his
comic is
world.
what it is. That's what the inspiration is,
well,
but it's
yes,
not
yes,
gonna
yes.
be
I know, but I'm
verbatim.
just saying, like, with the way that they set it up in this movie, like, why would he be in it? We're side tangenting. We can talk about that later, but like, I don't
No,
think
but
he's
I
gonna
mean
be
it's
Yeah,
in it.
relevant
but
where I think that because Kara's been alive, she was like 12 years old when Krypton blew up.
yeah,
I think that she can explain to Superman that Jor-El and Lara were not like that. And I think
I
that's a way
or
agree,
to
and
undo that in
that
Supergirl.
that's a whole other point too. Because if this message was not tainted, how is she, like? What type of person is she? Is she a person that is kind of like My Adventures? Well, even though that was Brainiac who was tainting her mind, not Krypton. But
Mm-hmm.
is she the type of Kryptonian that is like, yeah, I don't see anything wrong with it. That's what we did on Krypton. That was a culture there, and they're expecting you to build up the society again.
yeah,
Right.
So I really don't understand why you're not
And you're gonna
doing.
see that that's not the case because it's not how Jor-El. I just don't believe it. It's true. I cannot.
Yeah,
but then the problem lies that if it's not true, then like the
Why would
fundamental
you?
core of this movie
Doesn't doesn't gel.
doesn't
doesn't
work.
gel.
That's my thing, man. I think it's lazy whenever a cinematic universe or whatever is like, I'm not going to resolve this here
Yeah,
because I can resolve it in something
Later
else.
on.
but the
You
thing
are
is,
allowed to like leave dangling things to go off of, but you need to tie up your main central ideas, and
but
that's a big
my
flaw
thing
with
is
the
that I
film.
think it did. I just don't think I love it in that way.
Okay, if this is true though, does this really affect your opinion on this
Well,
character going forward
okay.
and
Let me
stuff?
put it. I'm assuming it's true until I'm told otherwise.
Okay,
Like that. That's the assumption I'm operating under. I'm not like huffing any copium here. Like,
so how does that make you feel? Superman projects going forward?
I mean, look, I'm excited. Like, because I think he's a good Superman. I don't like this one really big thing.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's a big thing.
And yeah, it is.
Just I was really disappointed in it. It was
Yeah.
especially because we haven't really had a good Jarrell since Marlon Brando, so Bradley Cooper could have been a good replacement theoretically.
Yeah.
I do like what they do with the Kents though.
I do too.
I I love that they're
I wanted
more.
more of it, but I liked it a lot.
I love that they're more not rough around the edges, but
They
they're
feel
not.
like regular ass people,
They're
and I
regular ass
appreciate
people,
that a
right?
lot.
And it's really sweet. And then I love the little final, even if there's reasons why the final scene kind of undercuts the Kryptonian part. I love the final scene with him
It is.
watching the old
It's
foot.
beautiful.
It's so sweet. Yeah, you're right, Jackson. It's the biggest problem I have with this movie, especially on rewatch.
Mm-hmm.
It made me
Before,
upset.
before we transition on, I do have one more issue, I guess, that I really want to
Go
talk
ahead.
about is the way
Yeah.
that Lex Luthor is handled. I guess in the end, like when you get off this big monologue by Superman talking about how he loves, he
Hmm.
fears, he has all this other stuff. I think that would have been the perfect moment for there to be a little bit of tension there instead of just having Crypto come in and instantly, like for comedic relief, slam him around like how Hulk did Loki in the Avengers, because it didn't work for me. I was like, bro, this is such a tense moment. This is such a good moment. If you just have like, Argus or whatever come in and take him away, like how they've done multiple times in the DCAU, how they did multiple times in Superman the animated series, where you get that you kind of see the seed starting to form of
Hmm.
this is going to be one of the most infamous rivalries in DC history right
Yeah.
here, and then it's undercut by a joke by Crypto slamming him around the room. I was,
That's
I
fair.
was, yeah, I was like, nah, man, like, undercut it for me.
But counterpoint, I feel like Lex wouldn't have said more than just "I don't care."
Yeah, I agree. I feel like
Your
Lex didn't really
your
have
powers don't
anything
touch.
anywhere else to go there.
Well,
I
yeah,
think
But I see where you're
it's
coming
just
from.
it's
yeah,
playing on like the traditional like you monologue, I monologue. It's
Yeah.
well,
undercutting that, which
but
is
the thing is, I didn't even want Lex to have a monologue. I just wanted it to kind of like rest there, like have him truly just take
mm,
in everything and just kind of look like, man, like no, I hate this person with all of my guts, and just have that told through like a look, you know what I mean? And then have Argus come in and take him. But I could like see you guys point, on that ending there for
mhm.
him.
Another big conflict in this that I thought was cool to talk about is the Baravia Jar Empor.
Yeah. Dude, there's
So,
nothing in our world right now that this is like very clearly based off, I thought.
oh, absolutely not.
I didn't see
I
anything.
Here's what I wanted to touch on though, because the whole thing that we saw in the trailers that Superman intercedes with this conflict, and it sets up like it's kind of similar to BVS actually, where it's touching on like foreign affairs and
Yeah.
what superheroes can or can't do. And I always love when comic book stuff does that. I think it's
Yeah.
so
It's cool.
neat and it's realism. It's like, yeah, if these people were flying around to different countries, yeah, there would be consequences. And
Mhm.
obviously, like you mentioned, we might see that with Hawkgirl dropping the prime minister. My thing, my one thing that I wish was better, I feel like it's not deep enough,
I agree.
especially allegorically if it is tying to real world conflicts, which is cool. And
Look,
shout out to
I'm
them.
gonna keep it a buck. I don't think there's no if here.
Yeah,
I
okay.
don't think there's an if here. Like it is so very clearly based on
Yeah,
Israel that like
then fuck
I
it.
don't even think there's like any denying it. Like
Then
even
fuck it, dude. If it is Israel Palestine, go deeper with that. My whole thing, I did not like that the Baravian guy was just a cartoony villain. I think
hmm,
you
you wish
should
he was
have
a little more
had.
malicious.
Yeah, I mean, if he's
Yeah,
an
I agree.
evil person, like, look, our real world, like, dictators and evil people, yeah, some of them are like over the top, but they're
Dude,
all still like real
there's
people that are
nobody like
evil.
that right here, right now.
Yeah, but that,
I see what you mean. Yeah, yeah. You wish he was like
it was like a cartoon, dude.
it was. I can definitely see what you mean there, and to an extent, I agree. Like it was a little bit sanitized, but I like the general messaging there. I like that specifically Lex's involvement with it, and him like selling them all like arms at a discount.
Right.
I liked that bit a lot. I thought that was really really cool.
But yeah, like Lex has menacing moments, like when he shoots that
Yeah,
poor civilian, and I wish the Baravian general had
yeah.
that same level of fucking like yeah, we have to stop this
And it's
guy.
like there is like that scene where he's like, "Yeah, we're gonna kill all of these people. Like, I don't give a shit. They're all gonna die. Like, let's mow them all down. They're fucking, all of that stuff."
Mm,
Uh, I do wish we got more of that. I agree, but I
yeah,
thought like It got the point across.
It got the point across, but my main thing is that I really liked it as a commentary on
Yeah.
superheroes with the real world. Jalen, do you have any thoughts on the whole subplot?
It was definitely a good allegory for what is actually going on in the world. Like I said, kind of
Yeah.
like I said, I wanted more. Like I wanted more exploration on some of these harder hitting conversations and some of these harder hitting themes that were being displayed in the movie. I mean, I like the conflict, and I hope there are repercussions for characters like Hawk Girl and for characters like the Justice Gang, because no matter how evil the guy was, she still did kill a person of high power, of high status, politically.
Hmm.
So I hope, in one of these projects coming up, you do see some actual, fallback from that. But
Yeah, I agree
I
with that.
do I do think, a beautiful scene was the people chanting Superman. Another moment where it's like, this is this is
So
this is
cool.
this is this is this is what this movie stands for. This is what this character stands for. It's just that hope, that he
Yeah.
gives people in rough times, even like with comics, in people's hardest times. They watch a movie, for us nerds, we read comics, we dive into these worlds of super, we dive into
Hmm.
these worlds of superheroes, of like Superman, Batman, all these other characters, and you just get lost and you start to feel better because of these characters. And I think that was displayed greatly for this, through
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Also, I wanted to say, even though I did not like the Gene Hackman plot in Superman 78, that's my biggest drawback. I like the little nod to it with them
The
showing like
land.
The Lex Landy or whatever the
Yeah,
fuck.
I love that.
It's not focused on, which is good because again, I think it's so over the top in the Gene Hackman one, but it was a nice little homage. But the other big plot thing I wanted to talk about, because I think it's might be relevant in future stuff, is that the whole pocket dimension thing. We find out that Lex
Yes.
have found the ability to open pocket dimensions, which is basically like a black hole subspace. And there's a whole river. What is the river called? I
Oh
forget what it's
fuck
called.
yeah. Probability River or something.
Something
Something
like
like
that.
that, yeah.
And then he's keeping political prisoners here, regular prisoners, his old girlfriends, and he tries to keep Superman there and Metamorpho. I'm curious what your guys' thoughts on it. I think it's probably my least favorite section of the movie.
Really?
I think that the river stuff looks bad. It looks like a video game.
It did.
And I also don't think the prison is interesting enough. I really love the scene where he shoots the guy and it's just like
Yeah.
really feel you're like living that moment. But again, I think maybe it plays into Metamorpho not being used enough. It kind of slows down on rewatch this particular
Hmm.
section. And then I also don't like that Mr. Terrific and Lois don't actually do anything. So what did
Yeah.
you guys feel about this whole
I liked it. I thought that it felt like a comic book,
yeah.
which I
But you like
appreciated.
did you like the whole river sequence?
I went back and forth on it. It
Yeah.
I need to watch it again. Honestly, more than anything, I think I need to see it again. I mean, if we're gonna touch on the visuals, it's a weird looking movie, period.
Hmm.
It's a very wacky looking movie. It kind of goes in the direct opposite that direction that Snyder went. Snyder really tried to shoot Superman in a way that made him feel real. And Gunn,
It's
the
not real.
camera is moving in ways that a camera could not possibly move in that situation. Um, like the camera will literally fucking spin around Superman mid-flight. Like it doesn't ground him. And I'm not saying this in a bad way. This is just I think the choices Gunn made to try and be as expressive with the camera as possible. He's obviously shooting. There's a fucking talked about to death, but like shooting with really wide lenses and
Hmm.
sticking them really close to David Cornswet's face.
Which he did this stuff with Guardians in the
It's
later
something that
years
he
too.
started experimenting with on Suicide Squad. He did it even more in Peacemaker and did it again with Guardians 3. So it's been something he's been messing with for a
Yeah.
while, but this is easily like the most pronounced it's been in any of his projects.
Do you like how
I go
it
back and forth on
looks?
it.
Okay.
I don't hate the way this thing looks. I genuinely think it's an interesting looking movie. It's a bold looking movie.
I love it, dude.
And I'm gonna say something that will probably get me a lot of shit as a DP, but I would say the same thing about the Flash. this looks way better than the Flash. The Flash looks like shit for a lot of it, but
I saw people compare this look to the Flash. People that are like more negative on it. I don't get that.
no, I get it. I 100% get it.
No,
I
because the Flash,
110% get
bro.
it. I think it looks better than the Flash. I think it's more competently directed than the Flash, but it's still the same DP. Like a lot of his sensibilities that he used on the Flash,
Mm,
like the very wide angle lenses, a lot of those like heavy like greens at night. Like the texture of the film is very similar. I think there's a little more texture in this one than the Flash, but
yeah.
this one just looks less rubbery. But a lot of Henry's sensibilities that he used on the Flash is present here. I think the difference is just that Gunn constructs better images than Andy Muschietti did on the Flash. Like that third act in the Flash is just one of the most horrific looking things
Oh God.
I've ever seen. But like you get to some of the other stuff in the Flash, like Barry running down the street or something like that, or just Barry standing in a fucking apartment, like something simple where there's not much CG going on. It doesn't look bad, I don't think. I think it looks pretty good. And I would say the same thing here. Like I think the visual language of this film is really bold, very colorful, very vivid. And I appreciate this very, very specific thing, but I think that they did when they dropped that first teaser, there was something really off about the way they did the skin tones, and I think they fixed it in the final film, which I appreciate. They
Hmm.
definitely changed the color grading a lot from that first teaser that they dropped.
I didn't even hate the color grade in the first teaser. People complained about it. I love
I
the
didn't
look.
hate it. I thought that some of the skin tones looked a little weird,
Yeah.
and they fixed that. I thought the color grade in the film looked pretty good.
I love the look of this movie. I've always loved it from the first teaser. I love how colorful it is and how dynamic,
Yeah,
like you said, with the camera. That's what I wanted. It differentiates itself from the Snyder stuff, and I love how the Snyder stuff look. It's
I do too.
beautiful, but this is what this movie needed, and
Yeah,
yeah, man.
and you do get some like genuinely really beautiful images out of this one. Like I think that shot in the mid credit scene of him and Crypto on the moon is just
Oh,
stunning. I love
or
it.
even like, remember when they dropped the first look image of him with the boots and then the things going on outside
That
and people
looks
kind of
really
complained
good.
about it?
I love
That
that.
scene looks awesome. Or even the Lois Clark kiss looks so much better in this movie than it does in the trailer. Like it,
Yes. No. Yeah. Where they're flying near the end, looked. The scene with Pa Kent looked really nice.
yeah.
The opening sequence is stunning. There's a lot of really good looking
Oh,
stuff in this movie. There is some stuff that looks
so good.
dodgy, but it's like
The
it
river.
never looks boring. This movie, there's not a
Yeah.
single shot where I'm like, it's like you never fall
Mm,
into that MCU thing where it's like just kind of boring gray slop. And I know I'm spending
sludge.
a lot
Yeah.
of time talking about the visuals of this movie. I could go
No, it's
on about
important
the
to talk
lenses
about.
they used, the cameras they used, but I'll spare you all those details. Can we
Jalen,
talk about the music too?
I wanted to get
I'll
Jalen's
let Jalen
thoughts
talk
on,
about sorry.
yeah,
Yeah.
pocket dimension, Jalen, or just the look of this movie. Those two things. Big
Yeah, no,
thoughts.
I mean, I don't really have too much to say about the look. I just wasn't too crazy about it. I'm gonna be honest. There were some things, that I wasn't crazy about the flying. I've been seeing a lot of people say the action
Oh, it's so
scenes
cool though.
were I've seen a lot of people saying the action scenes are crazy, like were crazy good. I think my only one that I was like, oh my god, that's so good is the Mr. Terrific one. I wasn't too crazy about the action in this one. It looked interesting. That is the best way to put it. Is it looked interesting? As someone who's not like a big cinematography person, it's very easy to please me on a cinematography angle. I I
Yeah.
I I didn't find myself being like, oh my god, that's such a good shot, except for like that one shot of like Superman standing in the dust of like that building. When he was
Okay.
helping, when he was making sure the woman got away safely. That
Oh
was
yeah, that's a
cool.
good one.
That was maybe my favorite one, alongside Crypto and Superman looking at the moon or looking at Earth. That was great. Everything
Yeah.
else I wasn't too crazy about, and also the pocket dimension stuff. I'm interested to see how it's going to be explored in Peacemaker. That is what I will say.
Yeah, because we
That
see it. We see him
yeah,
open the pocket dimension in
and
the
and and
trailer.
We
and
do?
lead to another universe,
Mm-hmm.
which I'm a little bit iffy on because that's bordering multiverse, and I'm tired of multiverse stuff. I'm tired of other
Right.
versions of other characters, and if we're building up the Crisis on Infinite Earths, I'm not for it. I'm gonna be honest.
Did you
Uh,
guys see the Peacemaker trailer that played before Superman?
No.
I
I
saw
also
it in my second screening.
I literally just saw it earlier today. I'm not crazy about his new suit either. I'm not
So
crazy
what
about
they
it.
reveal in the Jackson the Second Peacemaker trailer is that he enters a whole new dimension where like he likes the new thing. Cause I think he's with Jennifer Holland in the new one, and people respect him and his father and his brother. So they are like another dimension is basically another universe. So they are going back to multiverse to some extent, which is interesting.
So we're
To do
sure
right
that
away.
we're sure that the thing in Peacemaker is connected to this
The pocket. Do you see the pocket dimension when he goes into that house?
in the trailer?
Yeah.
Yeah, go watch the first trailer. You'll see it. I mean, not right now,
No, no, I
obviously,
know,
but
but keep talking. I'm listening.
bro's going right now. Okay, yeah, but Jalen,
I have no memory of this. And it's gonna really
Yeah,
bother me. So I'm gonna get this out of my system.
I think it's going to be a
yeah,
big plot point
yeah. No,
in the
and
universe.
like I said, I hope that this is not a multiverse. I mean, it already kind of is. I mean, he's going into another universe where he sees himself, and he literally fights himself. So it's like
Mm-hmm.
this is not the time to start your universe off on multiverse shenanigans.
Absolutely not.
This is
Yeah,
not the time. People are done with multiverse for a few years, maybe in a decade, maybe after you're done with this chapter or whatever, then do a new take on it. But
right.
I do not think that is the best move for like the third project in the start of your new universe is to do multiverse stuff.
Yeah, I just don't think doing the Peacemaker show continuing at all is the right move.
Exactly,
No, no, no. I I can't say that anymore.
well, I
Why is
After
feel
the
that?
like
way my audience fucking erupted when he showed up,
I feel
Yeah, but
like
that's John Cena. That's not Peacemaker. That people are
I
going crazy about,
I don't think that's true. I'm
dude.
sorry.
yeah,
At this point, like with how many people watched that first season, I'm sorry. Like I think Peacemaker is more popular than like a lot of us probably realize.
I
I
just
just feel
think
like
it's gonna confuse everyone
yeah,
too
and
Clearly,
much.
it didn't because everyone got really excited when he showed up.
I feel
Yeah, but
like
you
this
could pop
whole
anyone on that TV that's from the old universe. I feel like people would give you a little pop at a big screening, right?
I don't
yeah.
know, man.
I
I
mean,
don't know,
if
man.
if fucking Idris Elba Bloodsport was on that screen, people say Idris Elba, they're gonna be like, "Ooh, ooh."
I don't think that would have been the same. I honestly don't. I'm gonna stand 10 toes down here. Like I really do think Peacemaker is more popular than we realized.
Yeah. I mean, sure, it's cool, but like, I still think,
I
uh,
get it. I get it on principle. I do. I understand.
but yeah, combine that with the new dimension thing. I'm just like, I feel like all the other projects I'm more excited for than Peacemaker
We're
because
spending a
of,
lot of time talking about Peacemaker.
hey man, it's relevant. This
You're
pocket
right.
dimension stuff, but
And also I don't see it. Like I'm watching this trailer and I literally don't see the pocket dimension.
I'm not tripping, Jalen. It's at the end of the trailer, right? Of the first
Yeah,
trailer.
yeah, it
Dude,
is. Like
he's walking through a door and that looks different. Like
It does not. It's literally the same thing,
it's not though.
dude.
I
Okay.
promise you, bro, there is a pocket dimension in that
Gaslight,
trailer.
gaslighting by
There is
Jackson
a
Wells and the Big 2-5 is crazy.
I I mean maybe I'm a crazy person. I don't fucking
I
know.
think.
I'm
Well,
sure
wait,
it's
that's been
connected.
established. Yeah.
It probably is.
Yeah.
Connected. And there also is like that very heavy-handed setup for Rick Flag Sr. at the end too.
Yeah. Did you guys like that he was in this? Because he's not really in it a lot.
He was cool when he was there. Yeah, I mean, again,
Frank
yeah,
Grillo
he's
moment.
not in it much. He shows up to arrest Superman. That was fun.
Do you think any casual person cares?
Oh no,
I don't feel like they really like.
but I don't think they need to.
They don't really like. It's not like a thing where they set it up like a applause moment or
No,
something
no,
for
no, no.
Frank Grillo. But yeah, I'm curious how that's. It's cool that they set up the idea. I like the scene at the end with him and the
Yeah,
who's the. I forget what that other actor's name is, but I see him a lot and stuff. But he was like, metahumans are gonna make the rules now. I think that's an
yeah.
interesting segue. The last thing about the pocket dimension though, the ending where the rift opens up and they have to close it is just live action Lego Batman
Yeah,
movie.
it is. I thought about that while it was happening.
But they don't do the clear, obvious answer, which is where they all stack each other up and try to close it by like bridging their bodies, how Lego Batman does it, which is the way they should have gone.
Yeah.
That's a quick aside though. The post credit scene where they do a little joke
I like
about
that.
I didn't like that.
Really?
I thought it was stupid, man.
Why?
I didn't think it was funny.
I thought that was funny. No. I'm sorry. When Superman says I can be such a gosh darn jerk sometimes, that made it worth it. Like it was worth sitting through the credits just to hear him say that.
At my second watch, I watched the moon. As soon as I saw the moonshot, I left. But I was like, no, I don't know.
No, I'm sorry. Like that line delivery is so good. I like that the post credit scenes were just silly little things.
No, I like when a mid credit scene's a silly little thing. I don't like a post credit scene being because then I have to, just let me leave, bro. I'm sorry.
Well, you can leave. Nobody making you stay.
No, bro. You think I'm leaving? I gotta do work for this pod. It's a full-time job out here. Is there anything let me talk about maybe overstuffed, Jalen? You talked about that earlier. Is it all too much here? Are there too many characters, too much stuff going on? Does this movie kind of work as its own little standalone thing, or is it too much for everyone? Like, because this is supposed to be your big onset to the DCU and to get everyone excited, your casual audience. Is this working as that, or is it like too much in its own vein, like too comic booky, too niche?
It works.
If that makes sense.
It works. The only thing is, I hope, to harken back to a conversation that we had earlier, I hope that you see some of this stuff soon. I hope you see some of these characters soon, other than the Justice Gang. I hope you see Superman again soon with his own story.
Right.
I hope we don't take 6-7 years for follow-ups, and that's overall though, I think the movie works.
I agree.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, again, I have my issues, specifically
the Jor-El.
It's too short, and I don't like the Jor-El stuff at all. Those are my two biggest issues.
You think it's way too short?
I think you could have added 20 minutes to this movie.
Probably. But what would just add more Clark scenes and stuff like that?
Everything. More everything. There's not a single thing in this movie that I could have done with less of.
But I think that's a good thing that people want more of.
But I think it's like actually detrimental to the movie that it's not longer. Like if you had added 20 more minutes, I still would have left wanting more. Like if this was a 2.5-hour movie, I'd still want more of these characters.
Yeah, that's good.
Like that's why I'm like fiending for fucking Peacemaker. At the chance of seeing more of these guys, like
Jacksonville says the streets want Peacemaker.
Dude, I'm telling you, dude. Like this changed my perspective. Like I'm telling you, the fucking audience reaction it got when it cut to him. I was like, oh, I was wrong. They don't give a fuck. They don't give a shit if there's baggage from the old DCU. They don't give a flying fuck.
Yeah.
And I realized, okay, Jimmy was right. I was wrong.
Right. Are there any other big points you guys wanted to touch on before we kind of
Millie is so perfect as Supergirl for like the 2 seconds we saw of Supergirl.
Oh, she's always rocked. Ever since House of the Dragon.
I haven't seen that show, but like she's so good. And I'm so excited for that movie.
Yeah, dude. I loved her a little bit with Crypto. Do you think it was too expository that Dave was like, she parties on different planets?
Yes, it was absolutely. Like I think she shows up drunk, and that could have been it. But
I don't think we needed that in this. I was like, okay.
No, yeah, I mean that's how they explained. They'll probably have to explain that again in Supergirl. So
yeah, Millie rocks, man. The suit is so cool,
beautiful.
Yeah, Jalen.
Supergirl? Oh no, dude, that sold me instantly sold me. Like, and I am so ready for Woman of Tomorrow because seeing her as the main character in an entire movie where we get drunk Millie Alcock is gonna be so cool.
Oh, and
As
she
it is.
can she can carry a movie too. Because again,
Oh
I watched House of
yeah,
Dragon, that was where my first introduction to her, and she was essentially the main character in it.
Yeah.
She can,
Rhaenyra
And you
Targaryen, bro.
and you both do think we'll see David in that?
yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Okay.
without.
I
I'd
hope,
bet
for
you
the
money.
record, I would like to.
It's cohesion, dude. And your next movie, yeah, you want to see David, especially if it's his cousin. Like, I feel like people would expect it, your general audience, and it's a nice through line to connect it and bridge it. I don't think he's going to be a main character. Maybe at most like a RDJ Homecoming
Yeah.
situation.
Oh, you think he might be a character in it?
At most, at most.
But that's okay. Wow.
I think he's going to be in like out of the beginning section of the movie, at the end section.
Okay.
So we'll
Interesting.
see, man. I think that covers a lot of everything. What a movie! What a time to be a DC fan.
Yeah. And we'll be
Let's
talking about this for probably months to come.
yeah. I guess I'll go each of you final thoughts and then thumbs up, thumbs down rating. Jalen.
Really liked it. Really enjoyed it. Great
Yeah.
introduction into the film side of the DCU and honestly into the world building side of the DCU. I am ready for more. I'm ready for Lanterns. I'm ready for Supergirl. I'm ready for, for Clayface. I'm ready for whatever else they got coming next. Whatever else is officially greenlit and officially moving forward
Yeah.
with actual cast and actual production, which we don't know yet.
Yeah.
But whatever that is after those Lanterns, Supergirl, Clayface, I'm so ready for it. So yeah.
Jackson.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I have some pretty sizable issues, but I had a good time at the movies,
Good.
and I'm excited for more.
Good. I'm the same way. I think I'm maybe higher on than both of you, but I also, it was hard for me to not kind of love this. I've been in the trenches with DC between the Arrowverse and the
Yeah.
DCU and liking both of those more than the average person. So it's good that it's so exciting to me that people are like on board with DC.
Yeah.
Like my little brother's on board with DC now.
My
Like
dad is.
my casual friends. That's
My
never
mom
been
is
a
going to go
thing.
see this movie with me on Friday.
That is so cool, dude.
Yeah.
That's my biggest thing. I've been talking DC shit on the internet for 5+ years. Like specifically, I've covered fucking Pennyworth and Krypton, and I sat through 4 seasons of Titans and 9 seasons of The Flash. So I put in the I put in the work metaphorically, and yeah, dude, to see like a universe like this pop up, flaws and all, is so beautiful to me, and that's so special, and I cherish that. I have 2 other things I want to do. One is I really want to quickly talk about that Wall Street Journal article, because the interesting thing that they talked about was Gunn is considering spin-offs shows for Mr. Terrific and Jimmy Olsen. I want to get you guys' general thoughts on this, because I think both of these ideas
Yes to both.
are really awesome for different reasons.
Yeah, I would say yes to both, just solely because I love Mr. Terrific and I do want to see, more of the Daily Planet, and I think that could be so much further explored in a Jimmy Olsen series, and plus it would be an excuse to have more Lois Lane, more David Cornsweet as Clark Kent, maybe not as much as Superman, which is what I want to see. Like I want to see more Clark,
Yeah, I wonder about the logistics of a Jimmy Olsen show.
Yeah.
My whole thing, make it animated.
Yes.
And do the wacky shit.
Yeah, that's what that's where my mind goes, but it's like I wonder about a live action one too. How possible that would even be.
I think it'd be lame. I think they wouldn't do enough with it if it's live action.
Yeah.
They're not doing Lizard Jimmy in that unless they're overspending. Yeah, do an animated show, because then people aren't gonna. There's less pressure on animate. Like Peacemaker has way more pressure on than Creature Commandos having, just inherently, because one's animated, one's not. Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen, and it's just crazy shit. People are joking that they should introduce Darkseid in it. I'm like, maybe not, but that'd be fucking awesome, right? That's where Kite Man shows up, on the Jimmy Olsen show. Like, let's do wacky shit. And then, Mr. Terrific. I think he might work better as a movie, though. I don't know if that would make money.
I thought movie when I heard spinoff.
Yeah.
But I don't know what it would be about. I'm not familiar with him.
Yeah. Sometimes it's like, even though Mr. Terrific's really cool, would he be profitable and bankable as a...
Well, I don't really give a shit about that. I'm
No,
not.
I just mean like that's their whole
Oh
mindset
yeah.
between making a show or a movie.
But
When
like,
you make a
who are
show,
his big villains?
I
He
don't know,
doesn't.
Jalen, do you have any?
He doesn't really have any. I mean,
Oh, so he just
he.
fights other people's villains.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he goes against Sportsmaster a lot, but that's a Justice Society villain more than
Okay.
a. And he also
Mm,
is a prominent. He's more of a member of the Justice Society than the Justice League.
Okay.
okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, but just give us more Edie Gathigi everywhere.
Yeah.
We can clip farm the Darwin tweet. I can't believe they killed off the X-Men character that can't die. So cool. Last thing I wanted to do before we wrap up, I asked you guys to bring Superman movie rankings. Next week, we're going to do a draft where we pick
I'm
some of our
excited for this.
favorites. And we'll explain that more next week, but I'm really excited for that episode. But before we wrap up, Superman rankings, we've covered all the movies. You don't have to include the Snyder Cut if you don't want to, because I know it's not like a
I didn't
Superman movie.
include that.
But I'm going to get each of you guys where we're at. And no judgment on where you guys are at. But Jalen, do you have a Superman movie ranking?
I'm
Where's this one?
going. I'm going 1978 at 1. This one at
Okay.
2.
Okay.
Superman 2.
You saw the theatrical cut, not the Donner cut. So
Yeah, Zack Snyder's Justice League at 3. I am gonna put it in there. Zack
okay.
Snyder's Justice League. Honestly, at this point on, there is such a big margin, between this movie, between Superman 2025 and Zack Snyder's Justice League and everything else below it. It's a huge margin. So it's Zack Snyder's Justice League, Superman 2, Man of Steel, BVS, Superman 3, Superman 4, and I'm gonna be honest, I would put Superman Returns under Man of Steel. So Superman Returns, Superman 3, Superman 4 as my bottom 3.
Okay. Nice, Jackson.
I'm gonna go bottom to top. I
Do it.
reserve the right to change my mind after I see this movie again.
Unacceptable. Okay.
All right, bottom to top.
Yeah.
Superman 4.
Yep.
Piece of shit. Superman 3. Superman Returns. Man of Steel. Donner Cut. Superman. BVS. And then the original one.
I think BVS over Superman is my big.
I know it
but
is.
You love that one, right?
I like that one more than most. I reserve the right to change my mind on any of this, but that's
Right.
where I'm at right now. I ranked it just off my gut. That's kind of what I got right now.
That's valid. Official DC TV Center Superman ranking could change. This is tricky. Superman 4 at the bottom. Shout out Mark Pello, though. I love you, buddy. Superman 3, yeah. Superman Returns, I'm sorry. I couldn't get on board with it. Number 5, Superman 2, Donner Cut. I feel like another watch of this one can move it up, though. I just wasn't big on it. 4, BVS. 3, Man of Steel. Have love for those, but they're very flawed. This is so tricky, dude. The thing, Superman 78 and Superman 25 both have issues.
Yeah.
Superman 78 is the best. The first hour of that movie.
Yeah.
Or the first half of it is way better than, not way better, but it's clearly the best Superman stuff. The third act really falls off for me. Maybe that's just me, but it kind of tanks a little bit.
Yeah.
So right now I have Superman 25 over Superman 78. Just because I think it's a more cohesive project.
And I need to watch both of them again.
It's also what I want right now with Superman. It's following a lot of stuff. And I know that's maybe a blasphemous take, but right now I have it above. Fair. And if Superman 78 ended better, it would be number 1.
Okay.
But Christopher Reeve's still my goat, and Margot Kidder's still my goat.
Yeah.
I love you guys. So yeah, those are my takes. Thank you guys for listening to this episode. I know it's super long. I'm really excited to do the draft with everyone next week. That'll be really fun. And that draft will wrap up our big summer of Superman. Yeah. And we'll move on to Peacemaker era and the next thing. So the DC has begun. Thank you guys for Thank you guys for co-hosting with me too, Jackson and Jalen. It's been super cool doing this.
I appreciate you having me.
For half a year. We're gonna keep going and keep trudging on.
All right.
Next up, Supergirl. So all right, guys. Love you. Bye.